Hey garden friends, I'm Nikki from Proven Winners Direct, and I have 7 more beautiful plants to show you for our Plant of the Day program this week. Each day we feature a new plant at 30% off beginning at 12 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and those plants change every single day. A new thing that we have this year though is you can purchase all of the Plant of the Day plants in one day on Mondays from noon until 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That way you get to take advantage of the 30% off and only have one order. We're just trying to make things easier on you because everyone loved Plant of the Day last year. If you love learning about all of our new pretties and taking a peek with me around the greenhouse to see what we've got really popping and growing, be sure to give us a like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our updates. You get to see all the pretty plants and learn about our amazing discounts. So let's go find some pretty plants. Our first plant of the day is the Supertunia Vista Silverberry. This guy is beautiful. It's got the pale pink white layer and then this beautiful pink veining. I just love it. It spreads like a beast because it's a Vista. So you can put these guys anywhere, containers, landscapes, window boxes, they will put on a show. They grow really great with all of our other Vistas. With the regular Vistas or the minis will be perfect. This was actually one of our best sellers and award winners, and it was paired with the bubblegum and the fuchsia, which were some of our first Vista lines. So this guy's been winning awards and been a top seller for many, many years. And I can see why, because it's stunning. So these guys, as any Vista, it will spill over your containers. It can grow up to 2 feet tall and wide. They're gorgeous. Just make sure when you are doing Supertunias that you pick something that has a match of vigor. A vigor is a growth rate. So you don't want to put this with like Calibracoa, any of the Super Bells, because these beauties will eat them up. And we don't want to waste plants, right? So again, they grow beautifully anywhere along the border. It doesn't take a whole lot of them. You get great bang for your buck because they fill out so much. So along a hedge, you would only need a few of them and it would fill out like 3 feet, 2 to 3 feet. Gorgeous. As all Supertunias, you're going to want to plant them in part to full sun. They will grow in full sun for you, and they're heavy feeders. So you want to make sure that you're watering with the Proven Winners Water Soluble every 3rd watering. Easy peasy, beautiful plants. Our next plant of the day is the lemon coral sedum, and this beautiful guy can take the heat. The lemon coral is super heat and drought tolerant, so it's super easy to grow. It has a nice mounding, spreading, trailing habit. They only grow to about 10 inches tall and wide, but they do trail out when you plant them in the landscape, where they are beautiful as a front border, and they fill out so nice. It's like this lovely puff of chartreuse green foliage, gorgeous. And they also work great in containers. They fill up really nice and can spill over the edges a bit. Just a super easy plant to grow, and it brings that beautiful pop of green contrast. It seems like it would be prickly, but it's actually quite soft and pettable. But these guys are super easy. Annuals in all zones except for 7 through 11. As I mentioned, super heat and drought tolerant. It actually resists deer, so that's a huge bonus as well. And sometimes, if you get lucky, you might notice a little flower. It's like a little yellowy flower. Some people like them, some people don't. If you don't, you can just pinch it off. That's usually what I do. Great sturdy plant, especially for beginners. Our next plant of the day is the Fireball Burning Bush. Everyone loves these red, beautiful shrubs. As the season goes on, it's got this outstanding color. It's vibrant red. If you've never seen a burning bush, you probably have. You just didn't realize it was a burning bush. You see them from the street, you know what they are. But these guys are super disease resistant and pest resistant. That's one of the improved qualities about them. Super low maintenance, easy to plant, easy to grow, easy to care for. They are a little bit more cold hardy than other burning bushes. This goes all the way down to a zone 4 and up to a zone 8. Anything in those zones, it'll keep coming back year after year for you. Obviously that red foliage is the winner for these guys and the low maintenance. They love full sun. So if you'll notice, if you have a burning bush and it's not turning that red color, like in early fall, that could be because it's not getting enough sun. So you definitely want to make sure that you place this in a full sun area. They grow 5 to 7 feet tall and wide, so they are a nice size bush, but can usually fit in most spaces, but that gorgeous red color can't be beat. Our next plant is the At Last Rose, and these are magnificent. It is a bestseller for a good reason. It is highly disease resistant. You do not need to spray these beautiful plants, and the fragrance is amazing. Not to mention that sunset orange. They're just gorgeous. So these guys are hardy in zones 5 through 9. They grow to be about 3 feet tall and wide, beautiful rounded habit. Very little pruning involved, just the easiest rose in the most beautiful fragrance. Like most roses, you're gonna wanna plant these guys in full sun so they have that gorgeous blooming power. And they are going to bloom from late spring all the way till your first frost. So they're gonna keep pushing out these beautiful, glorious, fragrant blooms. I love them. If you are a beginner to roses, I highly recommend Proven Winners roses. Our next plant of the day is the Shadowland Coast to Coast Hosta. This guy is beautifully bright and bold. I love the chartreuse green, and it's got a really soft texture. It has this beautiful little ripples along the edges, and you'll notice that a bit less as it matures, but these guys get to be about 30 inches wide. They fill out gorgeous. It's hardy in zones 3 through 9. And of course, my favorite, the light lavender blooms that the hummingbirds and pollinators love. I know everyone knows I love a good hosta, and these guys are no slouch. Hostas are great, part shade to shade. I've actually found that I have great success. Most of my hostas that have this lighter, brighter color can tolerate all of the morning sun up until like 2 p.m. So do not be afraid to give it a shot in many different places. Now, that is not true for blue hostas. Just a tip there, want to throw that in. But Shadowland Coast to Coast, beautiful hosta. Our next plant of the day is the little Quickfire Hydrangea. These guys are beautiful. They stay nice and small and compact. It's the dwarf form of the Quickfire Hydrangea. The great thing about the Quickfires is they can bloom up to a month early in comparison to other hydrangeas. So putting these in your landscape is a great way to extend the bloom season of all of your hydrangeas. So they start out with those beautiful white flowers that are going to transition to a pink red as the season progresses, and they stay like 3 to 5 feet tall and wide, so they're a perfect hydrangea for a container. Obviously they work beautiful in the landscape, but these are also great if you've never tried to pot up a hydrangea. That's kind of fun because you can put it wherever you want it. So like most hydrangeas, part sun to full sun. If you're in a northern climate, you can get away with more sun coverage. If you're in a southern climate though, I do recommend making sure you get good afternoon shade for your hydrangeas, just because that can be a lot when the sun and the heat really beats down on them. Thanks to the compact habit, you can really stick these guys anywhere. The bees and butterflies love them, and with any panicle hydrangea, I think they are the easiest to grow and care for. Our final plant of the day is the Buried Treasure Strawberry Red, and these guys are a twofer. They have these beautiful, nearly double red blooms, and they also produce a fabulously delicious strawberry. So you literally get both your beautiful foliage and blooms and your edible fruits. I love the habit of these. So I've grown them in both patio containers and in hanging baskets. And in both places, they're just stunning because the foliage fills out so beautifully, and then the blooms just take off on top. And then of course, you've got your beautiful trailing strawberry plants. It's super pretty. I've planted them alone by themselves and they're stunning. You could also throw in some other edibles like Amazel basil would be fun, or some rosemary, you know, some of your favorite herbs, or even just some ornamental flowers that you love. They actually make a really pretty combination. And the strawberries are fantastic. They are not like the big strawberries that you would get at the supermarket. They're kind of more of a snack size, but they are sweet and delicious. And it's so fun once they really start putting out the berries just to go out and water and, you know, eat them as you go. But they get to be about 16 inches tall, but they can trail out to 2 feet. So if you do plant them in the landscape, over time you will start to notice those short runners. You can clip them if you want or let them grow freely, whichever you prefer. Either way, they're going to produce great berries for you. Let me think. Full sun, definitely full sun on these guys. Most places grow them as annuals, but in zones 4 through 8, they're actually perennial and will continue to come back. So if you do plant them in the ground, you'll get more seasons of these beautiful flowers and berries. That wraps up another round of Plant of the Day. I hope you saw something that you've never seen before or just learned something new. If there's a plant that you would like to see featured on this series, give us a comment below and let me know something that you haven't seen or something that you just would like to learn more about. Again, all of these plants are available at a great discount. A new plant each day starting at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right on our website, provenwinnersdirect.com. Happy planting!